Yeah.
How are you? How's everything with you?
I'm great.
Good, good. Glad to hear it. The Razor.
Oh, there you go.
Good to meet you, sir.
That's me. Vince.
Hang on.
Vince, how you doing?
All right, Edge. How are you, mate?
Doing good.
Yeah.
What's up, Vince? How you doing?
We're getting older.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. How are you, Vince?
I'm all right, thanks. And you?
Oh, good to be alive. Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking. Appreciate you guys joining us today.
That's all right.
No worries.
Yeah,
I got the UFC up there. What more could I want?
I know. I just turned mine off. It was distracting me. I'm wrong. This is like what's that movie? This reminds me of that movie. All the action stars in one movie. Remember, it was like Stallone.
Oh,
the Expendables.
Expendables.
Yeah, like you two are the Expendables. Vince and Edge. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig it. That'll work. That works for me.
A proper ass whooping. That's what we call
dangerous. Dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
I'm amongst dangerous men. I can dig it, man. Yeah.
Vince, I know you're. I just want to do a proper introduction. We're myself and Kendrick. I'm Javier. That's Kendrick. I'm the grasshopper. He's the bear.
I am the bear.
Our podcast show. It's a pleasure to have you two gentlemen on. I'm looking forward to this for a while. Vince, quick introduction of yourself. Did you hold? Professional Muay Thai kickboxing competitor from England originally. Did you have any world titles, Vincent?
No, I was number one.
Number one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ranked number one. Also lifelong martial artist you are, Vincent. You own the gym, you run with your family and your sons, WKX Surrey, correct?
Yeah.
And your sons are both fighters, coaches, one of the number one kickboxers in the world also, like how you were, Vince. Jauncey, Glory kickboxing competitor, one of the best pound for pound in the world kickboxing right now, and your son Jay, one of the top coaches in striking, period, and also coaches from your gym. And your lovely wife.
Did you see his guy just won the one heavyweight title?
Is that his guy, the Indian that fought, the Indian gentleman that fought what's his name, Brandon Vera?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, damn.
Oh, wow. That Jay trains him?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, he was a top wrestler.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when he came to Jay, he had very little stand up. Very little. And now he can box. He can move, box. He's good on his feet, can kick, but he's not that confident with the kicking. But he can definitely punch.
I saw some highlights on Twitter today. He looked pretty good.
Yeah. Good head movement and that. All good head movement. So he
had some nice. He had some good striking. I was like, wow. I thought he was gonna be more of a wrestler. He had some good. He was out striking Brandon Vera at points.
Yeah. He was hurting him.
That was crazy.
And they had a real tough trip as well with to Singapore and the quarantine and the untold tests. Oh my God. Blood tests, up the nose tests. Good thing it wasn't China, because
be all bad. Maybe, I don't know.
I know you got to miss traveling and fighting and going through all that, Vince.
Edge, let me do Coach Edge. Let me give you your introduction too, sir. World kickboxing champion, Muay Thai competitor, and any other phenomenal coach, well known in the Bay Area. Trained UFC fighters, the Muay Thai fighters, great boxing background as well. Anything I miss, Edge?
No, that's about it.
also, my bad.
That's
also my coach too. So Edge coached me for quite a few of my important fights. So kickboxing and MMA. So he's my striking coach. Edge, you're unbelievable, bro. You know this already.
Man, all this wisdom and this experience. Jeez. I have two questions for both of you. I want you both to answer. But you have to fight to see who answers first. So I don't know how we're going to do this.
Well, Vince is quicker than me, so it's got to be him.
I can dig it. All right, Vince, how did you get started in terms of your martial arts training, your kickboxing, your Muay Thai? Who exposed you to it? How old were you?
I did judo first when I was 11.
Oh, wow, okay.
Took me.
Okay.
And I actually really enjoyed it. But the place I was going to closed, and it was moved too far away, so I stopped.
Okay. Okay.
Then when I was 14, I saw Bruce Lee. I go.
Yeah, I say back in those days, to watch a Bruce Lee movie in England, you had to be 18.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I got in. I even dressed up in a suit.
That's taking it extreme.
Hey, he wanted to get in. He knew what to do.
I definitely didn't look 18. I tell you that. I went with this other guy, this friend of mine. He didn't look 18 yet. And the woman goes to him, "How old are you?" He goes, 18. She says, "How long have you been 18?" He says, 18 years.
That's a good comeback.
He says,
yeah, it is.
All right, you know.
Confuse her.
Oh man.
So the Bruce Lee movies, and then he inspired you, right? Bruce Lee.
Yeah, yeah. So then there was a guy at school was doing karate, and I thought, oh, well, let's go and see what this is like. And I eventually found it. It was a really hard place to find.
Okay.
And I joined, and it was really good. Good gym. The chief instructor, who was downtown in London, this was out in the suburbs.
Okay.
Steve Morris. You heard of him, Edge?
Yeah, I must see that.
Well, he was my main instructor, and you know, he's got so many ideas. He's so fluent and everything, and really good instructor. So we used to go down to London once a week, and eventually all we were doing was kickboxing and Muay Thai there. We had fights in the gym. The gym pretty much turned into just one big ring.
Wow.
And yeah, there were fights in there. I met this friend of mine, Kung Fu Tak. He was, that's where I met him, and then he eventually sort of rented a room from my mum. And, yeah, we used to train together all the time. And when he went back to Hong Kong, he got me fights and things in Hong Kong and that. So he fought Benny the Jet.
Wow. Oh, man.
Yeah, that was he just he happened to go back to Hong Kong for a holiday.
Sure.
And Benny the Jet was there, and was it Don Wilson? They were doing a tour, like a Japan, Hong Kong.
Sure.
Right.
And, there was no one in Hong Kong could fight Benny, and so he said, "Okay, I'll do it." But at that time he'd be only used to doing PKA in England, and he said, "I'll do it, but with leg kicks and knees, but we got to wear shin pads because I haven't kicked low kicks or anything for a long time."
Sure.
So they agreed, and when it actually happened, he didn't have shin pads on, and so it was a tough fight. He got his kicked in the eye like more or less straight away, and then he lasted till about the 4th round.
Okay.
And the doctor said, "You got to stop. You're going to go blind."
Yeah.
So so he had to stop, but never got paid, never got anything.
Sounds familiar. The fighter.
That's the old days.
Wow, it's a heck of an experience. Yeah. Okay, Edge, what you got? How about you? How old were you when you first started? What were you exposed to? Training influences?
Yeah, I started I got an older brother, Howard, who actually Vincent Howard actually fought.
Really?
They fight together, back in the day.
Wow.
Edge's brother fought Vince.
So you know what? No one told me the rules.
That's how I actually got to meet Vince. That's how he got to know him. He fought my brother back in the day.
Yeah. Sure.
My brother was into it. He started before me. We went to the same thing, karate studio, training there. Again, Bruce Lee influenced as well.
Sure.
Yeah, and started training there. Then my brother went to Amsterdam and had a Muay Thai fight.
Okay.
We didn't even know what Muay Thai was, really. He just went in there. We thought, we were doing like PKA kind of stuff.
Okay.
Just kickboxing. And then he got, he had a fight over there. And then not long after that, Master Taddy came to England. I think it was in we fought in the World Amateur Championships at Wembley Stadium.
Okay.
And then Master Taddy was there, and he invited us to train with him in Manchester with Ronnie Green. And so that was the start of it. And Vince joined the bunch as well. So
yeah. That's funny. When I fought Howard, I was one of the only fights I'd had was in the gym, and they were Muay Thai, more or less.
Sure.
And when I went to that tournament thing, and it was on the mats, and they go, "Are you a beginner?" I go, "No, I'm not a beginner." I go, "Give me anyone."
It was on the mat. There's no ring. There's no ring, Vince.
No, it was just the mats.
On the mats back then.
Like Bloodsport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then I'm fighting Howard, and I'm leg kicking him because they used to do tons of leg kicks.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was leg kicking him, and he wasn't complaining until they started to hurt, and then he goes to the ref. You can't do that.
Yeah.
And the guy who put the tournament on was helping me in the corner.
Okay.
And he goes, and I thought, well, he said, yeah, keep doing it. I thought, well, it's his tournament. I'll do it. So I give him another couple of leg kicks, and then the guy, hang on, he goes, you can't do that. And he goes, so they go to the judge, and they go, no, you can't do that. And I go, oh, no.
Oh, now I get the joke from the beginning.
Yeah.
No, and then they go, second in between rounds, someone goes to me, you better watch out. I think he's British champion. I said, what? You never told me that.
Set me up.
Wow. Needless to say, that was a memorable fight, to say the least.
I got punched a lot because my hands.
So do you end up winning, Vince?
No, I lost the decision.
You lost decision?
Okay.
Howard got it, Edge?
Yeah, Howard got it. He hit me. I got really tired because all I could do was kick. I was just kicking him, and I couldn't low kick anymore, so it was getting tiring trying to head kick him all the time.
Ah, man. Wow.
Vince, your hands got really good. I noticed in some of your fights. I was watching your fights on YouTube. Your hands got really powerful. Where'd you learn how to use your hands?
It couldn't get worse.
Vince, how were you able to turn that situation around with your hands?
What was that?
Javi was saying that you had noticed your hands had gotten better. How were you able to make them better? Who did you work with for that?
I went to some boxing clubs.
Okay.
Amateur boxing clubs in London.
Sure.
And just a matter of like practicing it, and
okay.
Like one of the guys who used to train with me was a good amateur boxer, and he got me going quite a bit.
Okay.
And yeah, it was a matter of looking, practicing, training, sparring, all that, and it improved.
Nice,
outstanding.
Now, Vince is a little crazy. He used to go to Hong Kong to fight by himself. Without a team or anything. No cornerman, just by himself.
Who's that tall, thin, kind of white-looking kid in your corner in Hong Kong on the video on YouTube? He looks like he's 16. Who's that guy?
Oh, he lived in Hong Kong. What was his name?
He was in your corner
as well. I can't remember his name. Yeah, I don't know. They just bunged him in my corner.
Yeah.
You see, you just went without a corner man, just anything, no team.
Yeah, it was. He said didn't give me much advice. Oh, Nick. His name was Nick something. He wasn't a bad fighter actually. He wasn't bad, but he didn't fight for long. But he wasn't too bad. But he didn't give me much advice except in the last round he said elbow him because I forgot I could elbow.
Elbow him. The kid was almost dead. You dropped him like 20 times.
Yeah, that was a weird experience because I wasn't sure how I would feel. I never fought abroad, and just me. And I was Kong was there, but he was fighting, so he wasn't coming in my corner or anything.
Okay.
And I was like the least nervous for any fight I've ever did. The least nervous. I was kind of worried because I wasn't nervous at all.
Okay.
And I thought everything just went. And because I'd gone to Thailand and trained with Kong and that, and we hardly sparred. It was all the light Thai sparring and all that. And I'm going, oh man, how's my timing going to be? How am I going to do? And everything just flowed.
It wasn't a problem. I watched it.
Vince, would you say that this was your most memorable fight?
Yeah, probably. Well, definitely because it was the first one abroad in Hong Kong, and I don't know if it was the most memorable. I can't remember the most memorable. Maybe it was.
All right, Edge, same question. What would you say is your most memorable fight?
Wow, I don't know. Probably gonna be the world title fight because it's the prestige of it. But it's not. I don't. I've had better fights though that there were better more. It's better competition and more exciting to fight. I had to think through more. So it's hard to say. I fought this one guy from Germany called Ferdinand Mack. who was at the time was like really well renowned, and I got a draw against him.
Okay.
And I think I should have won it because I dropped him in the fight. But that's probably my most memorable fight, really.
Okay. Okay. Now, in terms of the dynamic between your brother, how many years older than you is he? And what kind of, tell me about that dynamic. Was it competitive, or was it helpful, or was it a little bit of both?
Well, my brother's like, his birthday is December 30th, and I was born the next year on December 13th. So he's 11 months and change older than me. Okay. So every year we used to have a fight when we were the same age, like growing up. Our parents used to go at it and see who's better. Every year, because we're the same age for like, same age for like 20 days, so you might as well fight, right? So,
what the? That's crazy. Brotherly love.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I saw Howard when I went to England when Josh fought there.
Yeah.
Howard and Cash.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was Howard and Cash, and when Josh fought there, and he gave a shout out when he won the fight in the ring. You know,
that was awesome.
Both of them.
Yeah.
You know, like all the older guys who sort of started the sport off more or less in England, which was good. It was nice because no one ever does that anymore.
Sure.
That's like giving a shout out to the Marvin Haglers and the Sugar Ray Leonards, right?
Okay.
Kickboxing.
Yeah, I saw that clip. That was really nice. That was a real nice touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that as well when he fought in LA when Benny came, because I asked them to get Benny a seat because we had Peter Cunningham with us. They didn't even know who Benny was, and I said,
"Wow!"
I said, "Go and do your homework." And one of the guys who was a writer for Glory, he knew him, and he goes, "Oh, don't worry, I'll sort it out. He'll get good seats." And then he gave him a shout out as well when he was when he won the fight there as well. So
that's great.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Vince, you knew Benny the Jet. I'm sorry, you knew Sugarfoot?
Yeah, I've known him for years.
Oh,
wow.
Man. He's fascinating. I told you before, right, Edge? I love that fighter, man. I watched all of them since I was young. Oh my god. He's so good.
Yeah.
He did some really great fights, especially when he fought against the Thai guys with his style.
Yeah.
And he made it work for him.
He did. His side kick was like a jab. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's only him and Manson Gibson who was used like unorthodox styles against the Thais and done very, very well.
Yeah. No, that was he's a character. He still doesn't have a phone. He's got a flip phone. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I noticed he doesn't update on Instagram at all. I've kind of tagged him and referenced him in a bunch of stuff, and I could tell he's never on Instagram.
He doesn't do it. It's not him who's doing it. I don't know who does it, but that's not him.
Wow. Oh, okay.
He has a flip phone. That's all he has. He said, and I said, "Come on, man, you got to get a proper phone." He goes, Vinny, I'm not getting a phone. No.
Maybe he's onto something. We don't know. Who knows? Right?
Maybe so. Vince, man, we're just listening to you talk a little bit about your sons in the gym. It's like, what a legacy. Silly question, maybe, but how has your presence and you as a fighter, trainer, all that good stuff, how has that impacted your family? I mean, besides the obvious. Javi was telling me that your wife is also works in the gym with you. I mean, it's like a partnership more or less.
Yeah.
And
she's always been like a fitness trainer and aerobics and all that stuff. So just personal training in there. You know what? I never made them come in. I mean, they had to come to the gym because we couldn't leave them at home. Both. But I never made them train. You know, when they come, half the time they were just running around asking people for money.
I thought you were gonna say they're doing the splits on the chairs on the side or something.
And then they got into capoeira.
Oh wow!
And they did that for a couple of years because we had an instructor at the gym doing that, and they would go downtown to the main gym there.
Is that where Josh learned all the flips?
Yeah. When they did that, they would be flipping all over the gym, all over the place. And
wow!
But then they decided that I think they went in a tournament with the capoeira guys, and it was just a regular, I don't know, was it kickboxing or like a light contact thing. They went in with them, and then they decided that they wanted to fight.
Oh,
so Josh was 9, Jay was 15.
Okay. Oh, wow.
We were going on holiday, so they had to train while we were on holiday. And we came back, and then they fought, and Jay won. Josh lost, but he said, I loved it. I want to do it again.
Nice. Wow.
And so Jay, you know, he doesn't like, he's good. He's good. Like, he's technically good. He's strong and that, but he doesn't like the audience. That's one thing he doesn't like. Josh loves that.
Okay.
So, you know, he thrives on it. Jay doesn't. He said, if I could be in a room and just have my fight with just me and the other guy and the ref, that'd be great. But it doesn't happen like that. So he had about 5 fights, did really well. And then he said, I don't want to do it anymore. So I said, all right, up to you.
Now he's a premier coach. He's a premier coach now, Jay.
Yeah. He was always good. He's always had a good eye. Always had a good eye. I said it, I think when he was 8 or 9, I said, you know, if I was still fighting, I'd have him in my corner because he can see everything. You know, and
wow.
Yeah, no, he's good. He studies everything. You name a fighter, he'll tell you all about him.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ed, when I went to visit their gym in Surrey, Canada, a couple years ago, I'm not kidding. I swear, I have the video. The 14 and 15-year-olds try to kick my ass. They're like tough over there, bro.
Yeah.
It's like a different breed than over here. The 14 and 15-year-olds, bro, were trying to take me down. They're good. I was telling Edge, man, kids are good, man. They're trying to kick my ass. I was impressed. I was like, wow. And Edge is like, yeah, it's a different over there. It's like kickboxing's big and a lot of good fighters.
Yeah.
I remember when I was staying with Vince, we had some fighters fighting in Vancouver. When I was living in New York, I brought a team over and we stayed with Vince. And I think Josh was like 14, 15 at the time. So I turned to him and I said, are you going to be as good as your dad? And he goes, I'm going to be better than my dad. He said, I'm going to be better than you, Ronnie, all of those guys.
Oh, man. He meant that. Probably he looked at you and meant that.
Well, the truth about it, he is. Right now, he is. He was right.
Wow.
Fortune teller, Josh.
Edge, there's a Javi was telling me something about a Mike Tyson story.
Which one with Mike?
No, I'm sorry, Wesley Snipes, excuse me.
Wesley Snipes story, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think when Javi went to fight in Vancouver, Vince wasn't there. I think you were on a holiday.
Right.
And we're at the show and they were doing Blade 3 at the time.
Right.
Yeah, and Wesley Snipes was there. He was watching the fights.
Okay.
And after Javier fought, he lost a close decision in a really good fight. Wesley Snipes called him over and he goes, "You're the best fighter tonight. I enjoyed the style you fought the most," which is pretty cool.
Wow.
Man.
Okay.
Dude,
most definitely.
That's my hero, man. From Blade, Passenger 57. Man, that's like a highlight forever for me, bro. Oh my God.
Nice. Nice. Wow. What a compliment. Yeah. No doubt. An opportunity to meet a hero.
You're coaching me. That's for you.
You're the one taking the blows. That's
that was true. Almost got knocked out in the first round, I think.
Who did you fight?
I remember the guy. I have a picture of him. I'll show you a picture later, Vince. I still have the photograph. We took a picture after the fight. Tall guy, southpaw, and he trained. His coach was like Chinese, and he's from Canada. He was really good.
Is he Chinese or Thai?
I'm thinking Chinese if I remember correctly, but maybe Thai. But he was really, 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 really good. So. Still want to get that video, Vince. I don't know if they have the VHS out there. It's been so long, but
you'll be lucky.
Vince, earlier I asked you about your most memorable fight. What would you say is your most memorable event, just life event?
A memorable event.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, geez, I've been to so many. They all mold into one.
Okay, well, not even just life. It doesn't. I asked you about fighting earlier, memorable for fighting, but what would be your most memorable just life event? Just something that was very impactful that maybe helped you be the man that you become, man you are, that kind of thing.
Probably when they went to France with Ronnie and a bunch of other guys to watch the fights.
Okay.
And they were on the week before.
Wait, rewind. What happened?
We got there. We went with we used to take the ferry across the English Channel, and then we drive to where my father-in-law lived, and then he used to love the fight, so then we'd go with him into Paris because he knew everywhere. And we get to the arena, and there's nothing going on, and we're looking around there, and so he goes and talks to someone, and they said, "Oh yeah, it was last week."
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
wow.
That was and that actually wasn't my fault, believe it or not. It was the magazine. They had the wrong date.
Oh my gosh.
What did you guys do from there, Vince? Like, what was the plan B?
We went and ate. And we had a tour of Paris with my father-in-law, all the seedy parts of Paris.
It's like Ratatouille up in there. Yeah.
But actually, on saying that though, I did see Rob Carmen fight in Paris, and that was a really, really good event. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forget, he fought it was an American Polish guy who had a really good record, and I'd seen him fight before, and I thought, boy, this is going to be a good fight. Wow, Rob Carmen destroyed him. He just destroyed him. You know, the guy, he probably knocked him down like 4 or 5 times. And the guy didn't know where to be, next to his face or the legs or what. You know,
Rob Kamen, Kendrick. I told you the other day. Rob Kamen. Edge,
Wow.
I want to ask you, Edge. Can you talk to us a little bit about, you know, how you started a career in fighting, and then how did you end up in the Bay Area, coming from England? How did that happen, sir?
Oh,
I always wonder.
That's a long story. So I left England. I was in New York for quite a while. I had a good stable of fighters in New York. And then not long after 9/11, I moved out to San Francisco. So that was the reason. If 9/11 didn't happen, I'd probably still be in New York, I think.
Okay.
But my daughter was like 2 years old at the time. So kind of put a little bit of a scare into you when you got a young kid and something like that happens. So moved out to the Bay Area, a little calm right here.
Okay. Edge, I posed the same question to you that I asked Vince in terms of what would you say is your most memorable life event?
Whoa. That's kind of thing. I mean, it's got to be like that, like 9/11. That's a memorable, you know, I was in the middle of that. That's got to be the most kind of, all right, I'm in the middle of this crazy stuff. What's going on, you know?
Sure.
I lived on 10th Street, which, if you know New York, is not too far from where the World Trade Center was. So, you know, it was really, really close and really, really scary. So,
I'm sure. Wow. What Edge, tell me about this nightclub incident in Canada. How do you say?
I think we should leave that one out of here, right?
That's probably a good idea.
Okay.
No, after having fought in Vancouver, we met Wesley and everything. Some of the guys there that I knew through Vince, they worked in some of the bars and clubs. So they invited us out. So he went to this one place, and this girl turned around and goes, "How do you like these?" And she lifted up her top. She just had a new boob job, and she wanted our opinion on it.
Wow.
But the thing is, her man was like, we had been talking to her and her man right before, and when he turned around, she did that, and then she says, I can't stand him, or something like that. It was we were like, those are not good job.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a wait to check please moment.
I guess.
In the middle of the club, packed. Everybody around. Crazy.
Wow. That's memorable for sure. I'm sorry, Vince, what you say?
Who was that? Was it that big guy, Paul?
Paul, yeah. Paul's working there, yeah. He's a nice guy. What's he doing now?
Not training.
No.
He's got a proper job.
Yeah.
I don't know actually what he does. I haven't talked to him for quite a long time. You know, when I talk to him, we'll talk probably for ages, but I haven't talked to him for a
while. Yeah.
Gotta look him up.
Yeah, no, I've got no idea actually. He was working in like pharmaceuticals or something.
Okay. Good.
Vince, you recently cornered. You worked the corner of your son, Josh Jauncey, in his first pro boxing debut. I saw the fight on TV. He did really well. That was gangster. I didn't know you were gonna work the corner. How was that? You guys are just a badass family that corner each other. I couldn't corner my son. I'd just be too stressed out. How do you keep such a cool head when cornering him, especially in pro boxing. And I think it's amazing you guys stay tight like that with the team. Instead of him outsourcing other cornermen, he said, "I want my dad." Like, how was that experience?
Yeah, no, it was fine. We knew what the guy was like, and we knew he was probably not going to knock him out because he had a head like concrete. Maybe stop him with a body punch but the guy was wary of that, and he kept his right elbow in so he couldn't get to the liver. So Josh, in the end, he said, I hit him so hard. He said, I thought, geez, I'm just going to enjoy it. And you did. You just went and enjoyed it. And he couldn't hear me anyway. I had a blooming mask on and a visor, so he couldn't hear what I was saying.
Okay.
And so basically it was just when, between rounds. And we had a good game plan anyway. And Jay was on WhatsApp with the other guy watching it. And so he was sort of giving advice as well.
Oh, nice.
So,
that's cool.
Yeah, no, so it worked out all right. But it was very strange. No crowd there,
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
The girl, the halftime show too was a little odd.
We didn't see anything apart from Josh's fight. That was it.
Oh, really? It was like two girls, two women doing this really eclectic mix of dancing styles. It was quite interesting.
They have clothes on?
Yeah. How did you feel, Vince, when he was doing the boxing fight? How nervous were you for that?
You know what? It was funny because I wasn't really nervous. I was too busy thinking about all these other things going on. Masks, this, that. What. Yeah. So I didn't really think about it that much. I don't really get that nervous now with his fights. I'll get excited, but I don't get that nervous anymore.
Okay.
I know what he's going to do.
Sure. Vince, do you still? You were saying that your wife is into fitness. Do you still train with the Muay Thai, the kickboxing? To keep in shape.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I hit the bag a couple of times a week.
Nice.
I do a couple runs. I do a bit of cycling, a bit of swimming.
Okay.
A bit of weights.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do it.
Still pretty active then. Okay. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, Kendrick. Vince posts his like daily workouts almost, especially the cycling and the running every day.
Really?
Almost. And he's posted on Instagram. Yeah, he
okay, nice.
Works out like crazy. It's nuts.
Okay. Awesome.
You're trying to turn back the clock there, Vince.
Edge, what about you? Do you how's your regiment in terms of training these days?
Well, I train because I'm training since the pandemic. I've been training people one-on-ones every day.
Okay.
So I do quite a few sessions and I try and get a little bit in myself between them, a little run and just nothing too major. Just trying to keep in shape. Yeah.
Absolutely. Another question while I got you, how do you know this character, this Javier guy? How do you know him?
When I moved to San Francisco, I was helping coaching at this one gym. Okay. And Javier came in and I think he had a fight coming up at the time, right, Javier?
Probably.
And I think I helped him train for a fight, and then we kind of got together on that, and a couple of more fights, and then went to Canada for a fight, and then he was doing the MMA fights, and I was helping him train for some of those.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been about almost 20 years, right, Edge?
It's been a while, yeah.
Wow.
How long have you been in San Francisco now?
It's like, after 9/11, like 2003?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just been a while now.
Yeah.
Good while. Vince, how do you know Javier, this Javier guy that we got going on? How do you know Javier?
Well, so through Edge, and he came up here and trained with us at the gym. So,
Okay.
Edge told me he was coming up. We got in touch, and then he came up and trained. So
nice. Okay. Good deal.
Phenomenal kickboxing program they got there, Kendrick. Freaking good, man. Yeah, good stuff, Vince. Good stuff.
Wow. Okay. Had to check it out. In terms of martial artists, this question is for both you, Vince, and you, Edge. Who would you say are your were your influences from entertainment as well as competition? And Vince, you go first. Who would you say? You spoke of Bruce Lee earlier, so Bruce Lee, and who were other influencers? And it could be again the entertainment martial artists as well as competition. Who are your influences?
I like Benny the Jet.
Okay.
That's a good one. Oh man.
Sure. Yeah.
Peter Cunningham, like Ronnie Green. I can't think who else.
Nice, some good ones.
Your turn, Edge.
That was the first time I ever saw like combat sports apart from boxing. It was a Benny the Jet fight. So I saw it on TV.
Okay.
On Wide World of Sports. Remember that, Vince?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Benny the Jet had a fight. So that was impressive. So I wanted to get into that from karate into like kickboxing. He was my first influence into that. Then I went over to Amsterdam and fight, and Lucien Carbin. He was the top guy back then. I watched him, and he was an influence. And then there was a couple of Thai guys. There was that guy called Fanta, Atapong Fanta. Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, Fanta was really back then. He was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of who else. I think that was like Lucien Carbon and Fanta was the guys that in Muay Thai kind of like wanted to be like those guys, big influences.
What about Danny Bill? He was good.
Danny Bill was really good. Yeah.
Incredible.
He came a little later though, Danny Bill. Yeah, but he was really good.
Yeah, good timing, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a foot sweep master.
Yeah. But then again, went to shows. You saw. I mean, there's a lot of guys like Rob Kamen, of course. You know, a lot of guys out of Holland that were really good. You know, so guys in England like Ronnie Howard, was Vince. There's quite a few guys that were kind of, to me, kind of you looked up to, and you know, gave you like motivation to train harder, try and reach those levels.
Yeah. Who else? I mean, Master Toddy had quite a few guys.
Yeah.
It was Owen Comrie. Remember Owen Comrie?
Owen Comrie, yeah, trained Kevin Morris.
Yeah.
Some good guys. And Anne Quinlan as well.
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Vince, tell me, what is something aside of Muay Thai and kickboxing that you're passionate about? I would think family, just in terms of just how involved your family is with it. But what is something outside of combat sports that you're passionate about?
I was into triathlons for a while.
Okay, wow.
But my hips worn from all the kicking and everything like that. So I couldn't do the running anymore. Well, I can still run, but I can't run a long way anymore.
Sure. Okay, wow.
So I did. I started doing the short ones. My wife actually over there. She had a bunch of girls that she used to teach and they decided to do my first triathlon.
Okay.
So, I'd go along with them and I'd just sit and let them get on with it.
Wow.
And then the next year, I go, I might as well do a bit of training with them since I'm just sitting here. So I do a bit of running and that. And then I thought, I might as well do it. They were doing my next triathlon, which was basically the same. It was all short distances, like 400 meter swim. What's that in feet? Anyway, 400 meter swim, like a 20K bike ride, which is about, what's 20K? 14 miles or something. And then a 5K run, which is 3 miles. So, all right, I'll have a go. And so I had to go. And I won. I thought I hadn't won though, because when I was riding, I see these people coming back and I go, there's no way I'm going to catch them up. But they cheated. Well, I don't know if they knew they cheated, but they turned around at the halfway point. Not the halfway point, the quarter, and came back. So they only did a 10K bike ride.
Okay.
And so I ended up winning it. And I thought, this is fun. I quite enjoyed this.
Okay.
So I thought, did another one and gradually built up to Ironman in the end.
Damn.
Wow.
That's big.
It's impressive. Wow.
Job,
Brother Edge. Edge, same question to you. What is something that you're passionate about outside of combat sports and the martial arts, Muay Thai and kickboxing?
I still like playing soccer, which I was playing until a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Really?
I'm going out in I was going out in the over 40s league and then the over 50 league. So I used to play every weekend. So it was quite fun. Get to run around, score the odd goal and pretend I'm good, you know.
Reminisce about the old days.
Yeah, but I still like soccer, so I still play that. Yeah.
Well, man,
what soccer player?
What's that?
I was a useless soccer player. I would try to do like a front kick to the ball. The only thing I was good at was a high round kick to hit it if it came. I'd end up running up and down the pitch looking like I'm doing something, but I actually wasn't doing anything.
Ah, man. While it's in the forefront of my mind, Vince, Edge, man, you guys are where I would like to be. You know, both of you are more experienced men than what I am in living. But to listen to the both of you talk about your careers in terms of with the combat sports, the martial arts training, and the triathlon and the soccer, it's like when I'm blessed, you know, to get to where you are in terms of experience living, man, what an inspiration, man. I had to say that. I appreciate you guys, number one, being here, and number two, sharing, number three, just that inspiration. It really gives a guy like myself, and I'm sure Javi can attest to it as well, something to look forward to in terms of just continue training and take the best care of ourselves as we can. And when we get a little older, you know, your guys' age, we can still do what we do within reason, man. Wow, it's impressive and commendable.
Old.
No, older.
No, watch out, Kendrick. You catch a kick.
No.
Do the screen.
Oh, man. That was a low blow.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What do you mean low blow, Edge? What do you mean?
Yeah, you got to tell him to keep his punches up. He's always bad at that.
Look closer, Edge. You can hit him.
Oh man,
that's not what I'm saying.
Edge. How about you? How important is it to stay in shape no matter what age? Very important, right?
Oh, yeah, you got to keep moving, right?
Yeah.
That's I just thought there's someone recommended me a book actually about movement and how lack of movement affects your whole body and everything.
Yeah.
In every way. And she give me some examples from it. And it's just so very important that if you stop moving, your body gets used to stop moving.
Yeah.
So when you start to move again, your body hurts because it's falling into this pattern of not moving. You just got to keep moving, you know? So I think it's very important that you stay active. And I say to people, just play a sport, you know, tennis, something outside that makes you feel good, you know?
Absolutely.
You don't have to go as far as triathlons as, you know, some show-offs, but you can.
Do something though, right, Edge?
Yeah,
definitely.
Vince, we're not going to keep you too much longer, gentlemen. I really appreciate you guys doing this again. Like my man Kendrick said. Kendrick's my friend for a very, very long time, and I appreciate him. I appreciate him doing this with me. So just a few more minutes, gentlemen, and then we'll close up. I want to ask Vince, and actually Kendrick was curious about this too. And probably makes sense since your wife's somewhere nearby right now. What's the secret, Vince, to a long-lasting marriage or relationship? You guys been together. What's the secret, Vince? How do you do it?
Do everything you're told.
Oh man. Oh, it's funny.
Oh, man.
Having things in common is probably helps.
Okay, sure. Wow. Yeah.
I thought I was gonna get some mystical answer, Vince.
Hey, man.
No answer. Nothing mystical.
No, I mean, but it makes sense, you know. People sometimes we have a tendency to overcomplicate things that, you know, don't have to be overcomplicated. If you got things in common, then you're going to get along. And if you do everything you're told, there shouldn't be any problems. So thank you for that information, kind sir.
How about you, Edge? Edge, any relationship advice?
No, not from me.
No,
I'm not the one to ask.
Oh, man. Edge, Javi was telling me earlier about that you have a really good relationship with your mother. Tell me about your mom.
Oh, my mother's getting on now. Actually, she's last couple of years she's been suffering from dementia.
But
okay. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's part of life. But my mom's always been close with me and the rest of my siblings. My mom's always been really cool and really attentive. So, you know, that way you always have a good relationship. But you know, but it's good. It's just hard when your parents getting old For sure. Well, you can attest to that, right? It's
absolutely.
It's not easy.
Is your mum in New York?
She's in New York still, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, my mum's in England. She's getting forgetful. She's about 89 now, but she's not when she hasn't got dementia.
Yeah.
So her husband, he has, and he's just been taken into hospital and that, and he's getting worse by the day. You know, he just remember things. But we went there at Christmas, in fact, and he's from Belgium, and on the TV there was an old war film, and they had like the old French music and that.
Yeah.
And you see him like start bobbing along to it, and so go, all right. So on some old French music on YouTube and play it, and he loved it. He was almost up dancing.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah,
that's really great.
Definitely.
Really good.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's got worse apparently since Christmas, since we left.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not doing so well. But
okay.
My mum still wants him to come home, but
sure.
I don't know if it's practical really.
Yeah, I can take care of it. Yeah.
Okay, sure. How can this question to both of you? How can people get in contact with you on Instagram or Facebook, or just how can they get in on this wisdom, this experience, this knowledge, all this good information and training that you guys have to share with the world?
Yeah, if somebody wants to train with you, Vince, you guys are on Instagram, obviously. You want to give the information, please?
Yeah, just what is it? WKX Gym. Sorry, that's Instagram, and I think Twitter is probably the same. I mean, I do the Instagram not that much. I forget about it. In fact, Josh looks onto it sometimes. Jay and Josh both do the Facebook. I don't do Facebook at all. So they do the WKX Facebook page.
Nice.
But yeah, probably Instagram's probably the best way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what Edge? Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm on Twitter at KickBoxing Workout.
Okay.
Yeah.
No Instagram?
No Instagram, no Facebook now.
He's like Pete Cunningham. He's like Pete Cunningham.
Yeah. I'm not. I can't be bothered to look at what people had for dinner, you know?
Yeah, hey, man.
Jay and Josh are always posting what they've got for dinner.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
A lot of food, for sure. Wow.
Fellas, we always ask at the end of our interviews to give us your words of wisdom for our audience. So Vince, would you like to go? Any words of wisdom?
Let Edge start.
Okay.
I'm gonna think of some wisdom.
Well, I think if you're gonna get into combat sports, or I think any kind of sport really, you have to have the dedication and prepared to put the work in. You know, it takes a lot of work. You know, preparation, getting a good coach. If you're gonna go after it, it's a hard sport. You gotta do it the right way. There's no half stepping in this game.
Sure.
Yeah, there's no.
It works.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing easy. There's no easy. You just got to train hard. If you train hard, you'll get the rewards. If not, you're not going to go anywhere. Talent will take you so far, but you know, the training, the fitness, everything, it's all rolled into one. So yeah, there's no shortcuts.
Good stuff. Wow. Appreciate that.
You both trained. I know personally, you both trained a lot of great fighters over your time. Obviously, developing your sons, Vince. They're incredible fighters and trainers that they are. Edge, you've worked with some of the best. You've helped train a bunch of UFC fighters, Jake Shields, Muay Thai fighters like BB Etzler. You done some phenomenal work. So oaths to both of you guys. You guys are great fighters and great coaches and great men.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's it. Any passing words, Kendrick, to our guests?
I'm a little nervous at this point, Hobby, because Vince asked, was I calling him old? And I thought I had a buffet of knuckle sandwiches and feet coming, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
When we get together, I'm gonna show you how to check a low kick, and you might be okay on that one.
You know what? I would say I just run from him, but he did triathlon.
No, run you.
There's no escape.
I'm gonna
the ocean.
I'm gonna send Howard a WhatsApp today and ask him if he's learned how to block a low kick yet.
Oh. That's funny. Well, hey guys, thanks for coming on with us today. Appreciate you guys. You guys both have
yes, indeed.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Good, great.
Appreciate
you guys.
All right.
Good to see you too. Good to meet you both.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, like Kendrick.
See you, Ed.
You too.
Bye.
Thanks.
See you, Vince.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Send me some jokes.
I will do.
See you then.
Yeah.
Guys, take care.
Take care.
Bye.